This is the only guide you will ever need to create amazing user interfaces for your applications and websites. For this purpose, we're going to use Google Stitch, which is an AI UI designer, completely free by Google. And let me tell you guys, it's absolutely amazing. You can find it on stitch.withgoogle.com. You log in with your Google account completely for free, and here you see the chat interface. So before we begin, we need to find out what application we want to create. In this case, I have started working on a prompt about a journaling AI application. That's what we are going to create. So you can ask any AI model. In my case, I just use Google Anti-Gravity to access the chat for free and ask it to give you a Google Stitch prompt to design your application. So I'm getting this prompt over here, placing it over at Google Stitch. And the second thing you need to do if you really want to ground it into a very specific design is to go to either Pinterest or Dribbble.com to find similar designs that you would like to use on your application. So you can search on the tabs here for the type of application you create or just the interface and whether it's a website or an application, whether it's black or white color, or do whatever search you want. And you are going to find some very nice designs. For example, in Dribbble, which is one of my favorites, I found this design because I use a journaling application with a chatbot that I'm going to use as a reference. So I go here, right click to copy the image, and then I go back to Google Stitch and paste the image as a reference. I use 3.0 Pro, which I think is the most capable model to create our design. I select app because this is going to be a mobile application, and I click this generate button. So Google Stitch is going to create multiple screens for our application according to what prompt we gave it. And there are also a lot of other things, as you can see here on the steps, that we can do. Right now, we are at step 4, or let's say we're finishing step 3. We created the prompt that will generate the UI. We also found some images on Dribbble and Pinterest, and we're waiting for the first response from Google Stitch. So Google Stitch is working. This will take about a minute and a half. So while we wait, I want to let you know that I have a course on AI automations. Coding with AI costs only $20 on Udemy. The link for it will be down below in the description. I am updating it every single week with new tutorials and updates. If you really want a more structured way of learning, make sure to check it out because it supports the channel. So yeah, this video is sponsored by me. So we can see here Stitch is working on 6 specific pages. This was actually achieved by actually asking for high fidelity mockups for all 6 states of the application. This is done through the prompt that we created through the AI application. It's really simple. What I asked is write me a simple Google Stitch prompt that will design all the needed UIs for the application that I have defined above. So Google Stitch starts working. It gives us the original screen that is get started. It gives us a screen for voicing. So we're going to have a screen where people can talk to the application. We have also a screen where they can interact with the application and talk. We have some intermediate steps through the onboarding, a sign up page, and we will also have a middle page. That's probably going to be the retrieval of knowledge. So yeah, let's see what actually Stitch created. So we gave it this design. It actually keeps the exact same style with curves and nice coloring. And we can see here some super amazing stuff. So this is a log of what we discussed today. It looks really nice, but I think we could do some changes. So with Google Stitch, you can actually click on one of these pages and we can actually do some edits, or we could generate some variations. So let's go ahead and click edit. We're going to ask it, change the color of the gray boxes to something more easily readable. So Google Stitch is going to take this image and refine it according to the prompt we gave. There are also a lot of other things we can do with Google Stitch. For example, here on the sign up login page, we can click it and then go to generate and click predictive heat map. This will create a heat map that will show us where the eye of the user will be focusing on top of this picture. This is very powerful to understand the user's potential behavior so you can further on refine how this page looks to guide the user more easily to exactly do the action you want. For example, if you have a checkout or payment button, and if the heat map shows that this is not very visible, you could change it and improve, for example, your page and your layout. So let's see the heat map. It says login, email, address, password, and the button to continue the journal. So this is exactly what we want. We want it to focus on continuing on the next step. And this is obvious because the look over here is completely obvious. This button has a different color and it really pops up. So this is a very interesting functionality to understand user behavior. I think this is one of the most important new additions to Google Stitch. Here we can see the original image or page we're updating, and here we're going to see the actual updated image. So that would be super interesting. And obviously we can see that Stitch actually visually improved the look here. It removed this ugly gray box and the application is a lot better now. So we can go ahead and click to delete the previous page. Then what I think is the final step is you select all of these by dragging your mouse and clicking right click and clicking prototype. Now this will create the user flow of onboarding and using the application. So you can see the exact steps that the user will take while using your application. This is super powerful before you actually approve the final design, because you can see the actual user journey through your design and application. If you master this, if you have your design ready, Google will be able, or whatever model you use, AI coding model, is going to turn this into a beautiful application super easily. It's very important to master the design and master the user flow before you start implementing the application. We already have a very nice, consistent design for the 6 different pages and utilities of our app, and now we're seeing them all together into a single comprehensive user flow. I'm really excited to see what Google Stitch will end up with. Okay, so now we can see the actual user flow. Let's test it out. Click interact, and now we are interacting with our application. So this is the original screen. Get started, boom. We can put our email and password or sign up. Then we can click continue to journal. Hopefully we would, but for some reason I cannot actually do it, which is interesting. Okay, so this utility actually seems a little broken, to be completely honest with you. So okay, this is not really great, but okay, I guess it's fine. One good thing is that you can really shift across different pages. So you could have tablet view, mobile view, or app view, which is fine. And finally, one of the things that I think are super important is that you can finish up by taking all of these, clicking the right-hand button and clicking export, or you could actually download them. So if we click export, we can instantly pass it over to Google's AI Studio, or get a zip, or pass it to Jules, or just a clipboard. We can write a prompt, like for example, build the application, and go to Google AI Studio. Google AI Studio is going to pass all of the files needed, and we ask it to build the application and click the build button. So this is going to move us from the design to some initial code generated completely for free by Google 3 Flash, the best coding model from Google, all inside Google AI Studio completely for free. I think this in general is super powerful because you can go from a design into an MVP in about 15 to 20 minutes. Of course, no backends, no APIs, just the UI and the flow, all in code, all usable, all testable. So I think this on its own is super powerful and super amazing. Again, this is just part 1 of building an application. This is the foundational work before you start implementing the code. Okay, so we actually have an application ready for us to test. Click get started, continue with onboarding. Okay, let's say for example Google, and actually Gemini is actually continuing to implement stuff. So that's interesting. So you can shift here between the buttons just to test them out, create account, enable private AI, and here we can see an overview of what goes on. We can see more parts of the applications super easily. Again, when you do an update, the page will, be recreated. We can see everything here. check everything out. And this is just some, initial code that you would do. You can also toggle full screen to see everything super easily, shift between devices to get a little bit of an overview of how it would look like on other devices. So click also mobile. So this is a mobile view of what goes around. So you have insights, timeline, plus button to talk with the application. Boom, boom, boom. Super nice. Looks interesting. Again, not everything's working. That's of course obvious because you just prototyped some of the screens. To continue developing, you just want to download the application or push it to a GitHub repository where you can manage your code all in a single place and continue developing inside Google Antigravity or your favorite IDE or CLI. So this is how you go from an idea to a nice design for your application or website. Works for both things, and how you can get into, some initial code completely for free. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know what you want to learn in the next videos, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.